Hey, thanks for coming back. And today I'd like to talk to you about the smallest set of earbuds, I guess, in the world, or at least that's what JLab is claiming. And yes, they are the JLab Minis. As you can tell, there's their little emblem right there. Little key ring. And yes, it is USB Type-C charging. And that's pretty much it. And yes, that's how small it really is. And when you first open it, you're going to see this little thing. Now, I didn't obviously put it back perfectly, but what this little tab is the insulator. And let me show you what it is. It's just basically a piece of paper. And you want to remove that first before you charge these up. Okay, because that's what the insulator does. It's there to make sure that it disconnects the battery contacts from the earbuds, just so it doesn't damage either the battery inside the case or the batteries inside the earbuds. So please make sure you remove the insulator first, put the earbuds back in, and then charge it up. Now, these earbuds, which, by the way, let me pull one of these out, are really teeny tiny. They're really, really small. Yes, they already come with the medium-sized tips put on. You do get small and large tips in the box, plus your typical things like the little instruction manual. You do get a little charging cable inside the box. See everything right there. It tells you what you can get. Tells you a little bit of, tells you a little bit about the stuff right there on the outside of the box. And that's pretty much it. But you do get all that stuff in your typical things that you get with a set of earbuds. They do have noise canceling microphones. You get 5.5 hours playtime per bud, or both together. Or you can get a total of 20 hours with the battery inside the case. It does have Be Aware audio. Now, that's basically what that is it turns the microphones on so you can hear what's going on around you, so you're not, you're not going to get in an accident or anything of that nature. These are IP55 waterproof. The earbuds only, not the case, but just the earbuds are IP55 waterproof, so, it's basically sweat proof. They do have a frequency response of 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. It's Bluetooth 5.3. They use the HFP, A2DP, AVRCP protocols, and the SBC codec. Each earbud has a 35 milliamp hour battery, and the case has a 250 milliamp hour battery built into it. And once you place the earbud back into the case, a 15-minute charge will give you 1 hour runtime. Now, JLab does have an app for this to get you better EQing. You can even do there's 3 preset EQs, plus an option to make your own customization. You can turn the Be Aware thing on. You can even reduce the decibel on here, or it has a decibel limit of 85, I believe it is, or 95 and 95, and then no limit at all, and that's there to help protect your hearing. You can even, with the app, turn the touch control off on each earbud, which I think is really, really cool. And what does that mean? Well, if you turn the touch control off on the earbuds, you control, like, the volume up and down and track skip and pause and phone calls all on your device. Okay, so in a way, that's actually a pretty cool little thing. All right, so let me give you a test video of these microphones or the built-in microphones in action. Plus, I'm also going to put in a couple of charts for you, like how to use the thing and all that stuff, just before the test video. Then the test video, then we'll come right back and I'll tell you my final thoughts on the JLab Mini earbuds. Okay, right now, I got some background noise playing, and I'm going to stay quiet for a few seconds. Okay, so coming up, I'm going to test the internal microphones of the earbuds, and I think this is a loud enough volume on the background noise to give you a good, fair example of how the microphones in the earbuds are going to perform. So once again, I'm going to stay quiet for a few more seconds. Okay, and that's with no microphone on the iPad at all. And now here comes the test video of the built-in microphones of the earbuds. So right now, what you are hearing is audio coming from the JLab Minis earbuds. These are the built-in microphones, and this is what the microphone is going to sound like. And right now, I got it as quiet as I possibly can make it in the store. And coming up, I'm going to actually do another test with some background noise, just so you can hear what it sounds like with some background noise. I'll be right back. Okay, so what you're hearing right now is the built-in microphones of the JLab Mini wireless earbuds, but this time I do have background noise playing. So let me be quiet for a few seconds so you can hear it, or not. Okay, that should be long enough. And this is what the built-in microphones of the JLab Mini sounds like with background noise playing. Okay, so this is just really quick to show you the JLab app. Now, of course, you have to make sure that your Bluetooth is turned on and that your earbuds are already paired. So once you download the JLab app, open it up, and as you can see, it pretty much already recognized what my earbuds are, which is the JBuds Mini. You tap on the picture of the JBuds Mini, and this is what opens up. Right there by the picture of the JBuds Mini, you see L and R with a green bar by it. That tells you which bud is actually connected. The Be Aware, which I'm going to tap on now, when that opens up, it's automatically turned off. But if you tap on the on and off switch, you can adjust the level of your surroundings. So the microphones pick up your surroundings so you can hear more as you're outside walking or bicycling or something like that, so you can hear more of your environment. So I'm going to shut that off. Now, of course, you got the equalizer. Now it's automatically set to the JLab signature, what you're seeing now, EQ number 1. If you tap on EQ number 2, you see it's called balanced. It's more of a flat response, more like studio monitoring headphones. Now, EQ3 is the bass boost, and honestly, that's kind of the one I really use a lot. Or EQ1, the signature. Or you can make your own, as you see right there. I'm going to leave it on EQ number 3. Touch controls, as you can see, it's already turned on. And it kind of tells you in here, too, how many times to tap and what it'll do. But you can also, like right there, I just turned the touch controls off. That way I have to use my phone or device to pause, skip ahead, skip back a track, or even answer the phone or whatever. So you can actually turn the touch controls off or back on. Let me turn them back on. Now you got music mode or movie mode. Leave it in music mode if you're listening to music. If you're going to watch YouTube videos or movies, put it in movie mode. You'll get a better sound experience that way. Of course, you got safe hearing. Now what this does is it puts a certain limit onto how loud or how quiet the earbuds are going to be. So even though you have the volume turned up all the way, you can actually turn it down a little bit to how many decibels are coming through the earbud, so you're not going to hurt your ears at all or damage your hearing, essentially. I'm going to leave it on default. And of course, the last button is update firmware. Now, when you first open up the app, at least with me, there was an firmware update almost immediately, and I did it. As you can see, it's 1.1.4.4. So as soon as you download it, hook it all up like you're supposed to. Look for the firmware update. If it has one, get it, and then start playing with the app. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Okay, I hope you liked the test video. So what do I think of the JLab Minis? First of all, I would like to say I wouldn't trust these on me personally, on my keychain. The flap, it's not that sturdy of a closure, if you will. I mean, it opens up really easy, even though there's a pretty decent magnet inside here to keep the earbuds in place. You're still running the risk of them dropping out if they're in your keychains. So that's up to you. Me personally, I would not keep it on my keychain. I would just still keep them in my pocket. Okay. Yes, they are small. When you put them in, it's real easy to put them in, even though I'm struggling right now for the video. And they look really nice in the ear. They're a lot smaller than your normal earbud, and I found it to be really comfortable. Even when shaking my head or running around, they never fell out. So I thought they were really, really nice. It's very, very good. Let's get into audio quality. Right out of the box, these things are set on the JLab signature sound. And it's a very well-rounded sound. There's a pretty good amount of bass. You get a tiny little bit of a good thump in it, and the bass is really well-defined. It doesn't muddy anything up or doesn't drown anything out. The mid-range is really crisp and clean, and the high end is really crystal clear with the signature sound. The other preset is, it's like a plane, almost like studio monitoring headphones, where everything is a nice flat response. Everything is still well defined. Basically, it sounds more like they almost cut all the bass out, but you can still hear bass in that one. It's great if you're going to maybe listen to a movie or a podcast or something of that nature for that one. The bass boost, which is the third preset, really bumps up the bass. I think bass heads will like it. And on certain songs, the bass can kind of start sounding a little tiny bit muddy in the mix. But I attribute that to where you get the song from anyway. Like if you happen to rip it off the internet, say like off of YouTube or something, the quality isn't going to be all that great in the beginning in the first place. So if you get it maybe from somewhere else, like Spotify or wherever else that may be, you'll probably get a better sound than if you rip it from somewhere. And it also depends upon what genre of music you're putting in there. I mean, if the song is tremendously bass heavy anyway and you put the bass boost on, that's probably going to ruin the whole thing. So, and then of course with the customization, you can do whatever you want with it. Now the Be Aware function in here is really nice. You can actually turn it up and down. So you can say like, well, that's a little bit too loud. I don't want to hear my surroundings as I'm walking around that much. You can actually turn it down a little bit, which is really, really nice. And I did notice with the Be Aware function, if you turn it up all the way, there is a tiny bit of hissing in there. And that's coming from the microphones. So just be aware of that. I do like the function of turning off the tap control whenever you want, because sometimes when I'm mowing the lawn, you know, and you're kind of getting sweaty and you do something like that, or a bug flies by, you don't want to actually accidentally hit the thing and pause or hit the next track or something like that. So I do like the idea that I can turn that off and on whenever I want. Now, the microphones are okay in here. As you heard in the test video, they're okay. They get the job done. They're not the best in the world, but I mean, these things were like $39.99 or $40 here in America. And actually, I got it on sale for a little bit cheaper than that. So I wouldn't expect stellar sounding microphones out of these little tiny things, you know, these little, let me open it up. These little tiny earbuds. I wouldn't expect fantastic or phenomenal sound from it. It sounds like the noise cancellation might be a tiny bit too aggressive on it. You know, like say if they have it on, you know, going 1 to 10, if they have the noise canceling turned up to say 10, they should maybe knock it down to 9 a little bit, and it will probably sound a hell of a lot better than what these did. But is it worth getting the JLab Minis? Well, for the money, heck yeah. They, like I said, I got it, I think it was $5 or $10 cheaper because they were running a sale on JLab. And of course it sends you to Amazon, so you use a coupon on there. And I think they're definitely worth the money. I mean, they're not big, they're not bulky, they're nice and small. They last a pretty decent amount of time. Yes, you can use one at a time. They use 6mm drivers. And they sound really, really good. And you know, oh, by the way, you also got either music mode or movie mode. But you got to use the app for that. I would say, you know, use music mode for 99% of the time. I use movie mode pretty much when I'm watching YouTube videos or something like that. It just seems better. And that's it. But of course, it's all personal preference. You may totally disagree with me. You may think movie mode sounds better. But yes, I digress. The JLab Minis, I mean, look how small these are. You know, I mean, they're definitely worth the money getting. You're going to get great audio reproduction out of it. And now with the app, and you can even customize an EQ. You can, like I said, shut the tap function off on the earbuds themselves. It's definitely worth every penny getting. Yes, the microphones aren't the best for using for phone calls, as you heard in the test video, but they do get the job done. So is it worth the $40? Considering how small they are and everything you get into these and the way they sound, yeah, it's definitely worth getting. And just let me show you the box again. So, get the JLab Minis. I highly recommend them. And if you happen to like this video, please give it that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel and do not forget about that notification bell. It would really help me out a lot if you were to share this video and maybe a few more of my others on all of your social media. And until the next video, you, your friends, your family, and yes, even all of your pets, you all have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.